the fact that there's a rise of, you know, the LGBTQ plus movement, and I have nothing against anybody. It's just the fact that the movement is really, you know, taking over a lot, and it's taking over the conversation of violence against Black, mass incarceration of our people. And it's really a distraction. I think it's done intentionally to take away from what's really happening to the Black folks in America.
You are now tuning in to TNJ Radio Show.
That's another real problem. And see, if you read between the lines of what Joe Biden said just the other day in Tulsa, he's been saying this on a campaign about, you know, transgender and feminism, and it's okay for an 8-year-old boy or girl to choose what sex they want to be. That's just crazy.
Whoa, perfect
America
timing.
has lost its moral ground, if it ever had it. But I know as Black folks, we've always had that moral ground from the very beginning, and America's lost its way, and America is going on a downward spin right now. Well, listen, I think from Judge Joe Brown's standpoint, he holds everybody accountable, Black, white, Republican, Democrat, and I think that's exactly what he's doing. And be quite honest, I'm not a Republican, I'm not a Democrat. I will always be an independent. Because of just all the study and the research I've done about just politics in general, it's just a mess. Both sides are completely terrible. And Judge Brown, you know, he just pointed out that, you know, that they all can be held accountable, and they should be held accountable. You know, Biden speaks a whole lot about what he's going to do. You know, that speech what he did the other day in Tulsa, he talked about a lot of different stuff, but talk is cheap. You can talk all day about, oh yeah, well, I need the House to do this. Now I need votes to do that. But when it comes down to Asian hate, $50 million check.
Thank God for my reefer, man. That shit good.
And see, it was Obama's second term what made me see the true light in politics. You know, all the speeches we heard, you know, since we were kids, you know, just vote blue or vote red, just because our parents or grandparents did this so long ago. And you know, we grew up in that. And so when I seen it for myself, once I started getting really heavily involved in politics, you know, and then being a president of my union and then negotiating contracts about healthcare, wages, and getting into that, I started to look at things a little differently. And that's why I have an independent mindset. You know, what Obama did, you know, again, he's doing this. What Biden's doing now is what Obama did. When Obama got in, it was more so about gays and lesbians, more so than Black folks, period. It seemed like they're not allowed to say Black folks. They can't. They're afraid to say Black agenda for some reason. Obama didn't do it. Biden ain't doing it now. No, and here's the reason why. Now I'll answer the first question posed. Her stepping down. She got the bag. She's stepping down. She don't need it anymore. She ran off into Beverly Hills somewhere. Now let's back it up. Now Black Lives Matters started. Actually, Black Lives Matters was a movement that started 100 years ago. People don't know about that. They were marching in the street. The women were all white. The men led the march. It was a quiet, peaceful march 100 years ago. People didn't even know that. But the most recent in Ferguson, when it got started, it was started by actually 4 Black men. They're all dead now. Okay. What a coincidence. Now the four progressive people, they're all dead. Now what they wanted to do is use the money to build communities, okay, and protect us from police brutality. And the money that they receive, they give to the victims that fell to violence from police brutality, right? Now, George Soros was part of that. And everything has been disbanded. Now you have women that are leading the Black Lives Matters thing, and nothing against any of them. It's just my question is, why isn't the money going to the people who suffer from police brutality each and every day? Okay, and that's the problem. When you see somebody like her step down, you think about, okay, what about Benjamin Crump out over there? Is he in it just for the money? Because he's always on TV. Every time we go down, he seems to be representing the family of violence of some sort or kind. But her stepping down is really real suspicious. She got her money. I think she was there for a purpose. She got her money, and she's out. Just like some of these families, I heard, I read a report that I don't know if it was George Floyd's family. I know they filed a civil suit, and I believe they won. But the Black Lives Matter movement, I think they only paid the family like $500 or something like that. Now that's from an article I read. Now I don't know how true or real that article is. I'm just sharing what I've read. And some of these other families didn't receive anything. And the Black Lives Matter, the hashtag Black Lives Matters, they were receiving millions and millions of dollars, and these families received nothing. Not a Jordan, not a book bag, not anything. I'm gonna start by saying back in 1979, Jimmy Carter recognized June as Black Music Month, just for the record. Okay?
Oh wow!
So back to Joe Biden, recognizing the Pride Month. That's what they do. They're politicians, man, and they got to go along to get along. the Kwame phrase, go along to get along. And the fact that there's a rise of the LGBTQ plus movement. And I have nothing against anybody. It's just the fact that the movement is really, taking over a lot, and it's taken over the conversation of violence against Black, mass incarceration of our people, and it's really a distraction. I think it's done intentionally to take away from what's really happening to the Black folks in America.